This is 55-year-old Lisa Shannon. Back in April of 2019, the police responded to a report of a woman shooting a man in front of her home. When they arrived on scene, they found Lisa's husband, Ralph Shannon, lying in his driveway with multiple gunshot wounds. Ralph was still conscious, and on the way to the hospital, he was able to tell the police why his wife shot him.
I got pushed too far. After 17 plus years, I just got pushed too far. Today was taxes. He was pushing. We were separated, which I didn't know until January. Basically, he's very bully.
Okay.
He's very pushy. He's very controlling. And if you don't do it, he does. And what he says, he's very punishing.
Okay.
Very vindictive. Very spiteful. I can't stand or deal with stress. I have PTS. I have depression. I have major anxiety attacks. I wake up and go to bed every day scared to death for shit that he's done and said what he's going to do to me. And I don't mean physically. I mean financially. And just a lot of abuse happened. And then today, priming up to the taxes, unbeknownst to me, he had already left me. And I didn't know it because I was dealing with illness after illness after illness that kept me homebound. And then he enlightens me, and I am thinking, oh, our anniversary's in December or November. It's our 10th. We'll renew our vows. We'll go to Bahamas like we originally, whatever. And he's over there. He's very antagonizing. And when you look through my phone and you see the texts from today back and forth, you're going to see what he deserved it. But I'm not saying he deserved it.
What did he deserve?
To be stopped. But I don't mean shot. I mean...
Lisa rambles on for an hour about her life with her husband over the past decade. Eventually, the conversation comes back to filing her income taxes, which is what led to the shooting. According to Ralph, he had an argument with Lisa while they were going over their income taxes together. The argument escalated and Lisa grabbed a revolver and shot her husband. Ralph immediately ran outside and onto the driveway while he was pressing on his gunshot wound. Lisa then followed Ralph outside and shot him 2 more times while he lay in the driveway.
This was the main argument today, right? The taxes?
It was constantly every day. And then it came the weekend and I tried my best. Let's negotiate. I want to stay in the house and fix it up. You want me to sign the taxes? Fine, we'll get divorced. But the deal was you were going to stay until the house was fixed up and we sell it. And now you changed it without me knowing. And here I didn't bother you because I'm having hives for over 2 years on prednisone. Now I got bone issues because of it, because I was on it so long.
Wow.
And then it was about the taxes. If you'd sign the taxes, I'll help you with the house. I said, Ralph, I got all these letters where you said you apologized and you're going to stay and fix the house. And then he's like, I'm not signing it. He goes, well, if you don't sign it, I'm going to change it to single, and then I'm not going to have no money to give you, and you're going to have to spend your money anyway. I'm like, all right, fine. I don't have no problem signing it. This was in the beginning of the talk. No, I don't have no problem signing it. No. When he's been tax times.
When you first started talking about
in January,
okay.
He knew the taxes changed, and he was already priming up on January. And then I was like, fine, I have no problem with it. But then it was like, okay, I won't change it to single if you sign the taxes. And then the dum-dum let me know that he already did it. And I'm like, so your threats, you go and make your threats if I don't do something. And even if I do it or don't even get a chance to do it yet, you already have done it. And then I found out he did that. And then he said, okay, if you sign it, then I'll put it back to 2, and then I'll get more money, and then you'll get more money every month. And I'm like, how can you do this to me? I just got over skin cancer surgery. I just got over this, the hives. And then I have hives out of stress. Then I have panic attacks that are I can't even drive. And he's just...
Once again, Lisa goes off track and continues rambling about all the things her husband has done to her. It appears that her hatred towards him had reached a boiling point, and when she found out he changed his income tax status to single, it sent Lisa over the edge. The detectives realize that if they let her continue, she will go on for hours, so they do their best to get her back on track.
Obviously, just from our minimal discussion, there's a lot that you've gone
honey,
through.
you don't even know all of it.
And I understand that. And it sounds like personally with him and just in general, you've been through a lot, and I feel for you. There's a lot we could talk about forever, because there's so much stuff that he's probably done to you and so much stuff that you've gone through, it sounds like. I want to try to focus on what happened today, because there's been a lot of build-up. I've got a great idea of what's going on, what's happened the last several years between you guys, from health issues to tax issues to money. So let's today.
He kept, you're signing it. And I was. But the more he kept doing that, and then I'm like, okay, so when are you going to come and do this at the house, or do that at the house? And he wasn't. So then I started doing it. So it's on the table, and he's like, we're going to go over it. And I'm like, okay. And then he didn't. And I said, I'm not going to do the taxes unless you put in writing legally, not notarized, legally by a lawyer, that you're going to put it back to 2 dependents, and you're going to stay until the house is fixed and sold.
And this was the discussion we had last night.
We've had it, but this is the yes. This was this was my put my foot down, and he like always just pat me on the head. Okay, whatever, we're going to do what I want. And then this morning, we kind of got it over the weekend. It wasn't totally cordial. Like, we went out and eat, but...
You had disagreements.
Yeah, because I wanted to do it. He's like, you're starting. I just ate. You're going to upset me. He tells me he makes the appointment today. He tells me he leaves for work. He goes, I'm going to be back at 4. I said, well, you can come back at 4, but I'm not signing it unless you didn't give me what I want. I need to get something, and then when I was just sick of it. I'm like, I can't believe anything you said, and you're over here making me, like, unbelievable stress. I'm already unhealthy. I've already been in and out of the hospital, and you're worrying about this money. And I've offered you whatever's in my account just to shut you up and fix the house, and you're still not doing it. It's a mind fuck. And so today...
You said he showed up around 4.
He said he had an appointment, and then he calls me, and he's like, you're doing it, right? And I said, no. Do you have the legal paper? No. And then I'm like, well, you said you were. Well, if you don't, I'm going to change it back from 2 to 1, because he lied and said he changed it back. Well, I used to co-own a $3 million company and know how that works about deductibles and the paperwork. Where's the screenshot? He never changed it. I said, you think I'm stupid that I'm going to sign that and you didn't show me anything? No, I'm not. Fine, then and then if you look at my phone, you'll see all the shit on there. And I'm like, leave me alone. I'm not. No means no. You must be a... No means no, okay? No. And he thought he could bully me, and he's never dealt with me like this. So he just kept on and on. He goes, well, now my appointment, he goes, I have my appointment at 3. I said, I thought you said it was at 4. No, it's 3. So I'll be there an hour early to get the tax paperwork together. And I said, are you not listening? I'm not doing it. And you can threat all you want, because you know what, you go ahead and do it anyway. You can look at my phone and see when I called the cops.
Okay, we'll figure that out. So you pulled up to the house and you saw his car was there, and he was in the passenger seat.
I went to the garage and I shut it.
Okay.
And then I had already had my paperwork out that I was going to take to the lawyer of his admitted guilt. Crap. I went in the house. He's sitting on the patio on the floor, open the drapes. I'm like, what? He's like, come out here. I'm like, no, I don't want to come out here. It's hot. Whatever. No, come out here. So I went out. I go, why didn't you tell me you got an $800 credit last year? What are you talking about? From the IRA that I opened. You got it. No, I didn't. I didn't even know about it. I said, I just found out when I just added to it. And then you were going to have me do the taxes. And you're going to get another credit. Or whatever. And then you got the one from last year. And you're already taking money from me. And you didn't let me know. You're not letting me know. And I'm finding all this shit. It's like boom, 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 boom. Okay. For the last 2 years. And then now this. And I'm like, so the last parting, you want me to sign the tax, and then you're going to get a divorce and bye. I'm in the middle of a knee surgery. I have to have neck surgery. And you're doing this to me. And you don't have to. And you're supposed to be here helping, and you're not helped at all. What am I getting out of it? You're going to get money. I'm going to give you $300 a paycheck. Yeah, but I'm paying it on bills. You're not giving me food money. You're making me use my inheritance that I'm supposed to start my life over with.
Got it.
And then the antagonist that came out. Well, you think that's bad? You said you have a lawyer, right? Something to this effect. Did he tell you that I can get half the house? Now, to me, in my ignorance, my name's on it. I got a divorce. He had nothing to do with it. And he kept me there. And I didn't work since we stayed there. So, he's my husband.
For the last time, Lisa goes on rambling for another 30 minutes. The detectives just want her to talk about the shooting itself, but they're afraid if they cut her off, she may not want to talk anymore. Eventually, the detectives have had enough, and they force her to talk about what happened.
So he was just antagonizing you with more things to make you upset.
Antagonizing on the phone, laughing at me, calling me names, this and that. I'm sure the neighbors heard.
But once you got there, the discussion you guys had once he was at the residence, he was just making you more upset and basically building you up to...
I told him at that point I was not signing it, and he got up, and he got in my face, and I went, don't get in my face. And he kind of like, didn't push me, but he did this, you know, when you guys bump chests, but I don't have a chest, but he like, whatever. And I went like that and pushed him on his face, like, don't touch me, go. And they go, oh. He goes, oh, my clothes. Well, of course, being a woman, I threw them out. They're in the garbage.
Right.
So he goes around. He goes, I'm going to the car. I want my garbage, or my stuff, my clothes. He didn't know they were in the garbage. I opened the door. I went to get it, and it was coffee and shit. If you want your clothes, you come and get it. He goes in to get it. We have a living room, dining room, kitchen that you can go in a circle. And because he's not there and I'm scared, he even went and broke some of the lights outside. And I had to have my son's friend come and put it back. Oh, hurricane must have happened. Yeah, well, it wasn't like that before, but whatever. He's just, and then when he would come and visit, he was breaking things on purpose. So that I found out. Anyway, he goes around, right, he goes around, I open the door, I tell him, I'm not going through the garbage. You go through, why the garbage? Well, and he goes in there, and he takes it, and he's just running his mouth, and this and that, and I have a gun, well, we had a gun downstairs, and we have a gun upstairs, because he wasn't there, and I was scared, and I had all the lights on and everything. He's just, I don't know. He just kept on, and if I don't sign it, not only is he going to get me to spend what inheritance I have and break me that way with the lawyers and stretch it out, then he's going to take half my house.
Okay.
And I guess I snapped.
Okay.
I snapped.
Tell me more about that. How did you snap? What did you do?
I don't know. I know we were screaming. I know I was cussing. And he was in my face, and like enough that some spit came.
Spit got.
And I got the gun.
Okay.
And I said, back up. And he's like, oh yeah, like you're gonna do that and this and that. Well, I had called earlier in January, cops on him.
Yeah, we read that report.
Right. And I had eye slit surgery, and my eyes were swollen, huge. And he's over there. He keeps lying and saying that I'm abusive and I throw things and I hate him and this and that. And I'm like, well, if I did that, why didn't you call the cops like I did on you?
Mm-hmm.
So don't lie.
So now, when you grabbed the gun, he said,
I just opened it and I was like, get out, whatever. And he's like, oh yeah, like you're gonna use that or whatever. And he goes, be happy in the house while you can, or something like that, and enjoy the hot air or something like that. And I just...
The gun was already loaded in one of the drawers, like you had to open a drawer?
It's always loaded.
It's always loaded. And was it like laying on top, or was it in a drawer, you opened the drawer and pulled it out? Or was it just laying on top of an end table?
No, it was in the drawer.
In a drawer. So you opened the drawer, you basically told him like, hey, I've had enough. It sounds like you were obviously at your boiling point for...
No, I got the gun out of the drawer.
Yeah.
And I said, look, leave. I said, this has been going on. I'm
Right.
sick of your lies and the shit you tell people.
Right.
And then I got it.
Right.
But I didn't put it to his head, obviously.
Right.
This time, today. And it's like, look, here's the gun.
So you're holding it with your right hand, the left hand.
Right. Well, I'm right-handed.
So you're holding it with your right hand.
It happened so quick, I'm not sure. But
Okay.
I'm right-handed.
Right. So you tell him you're holding.
I said,
up.
look, I have the gun.
Mhm.
Get out of my house. And he was dropping shit and picking it up. And he went around. Here's the kitchen. Here's where you come to the front door. And he went around. And then picking clothes up and crap.
This is after you pulled out the gun. He's grabbing stuff.
He
and
sees
going.
me with the gun. Okay.
When you pulled the gun out today, and he saw the gun and you told him to get out, was he...
He laughed at me.
He laughed.
And he just went around the other side of the... It was nothing. Because I've done it to myself,
Mhm.
and he's already said I've done it to him, and I haven't.
Right.
And it's just a game.
What
If you
was
look at my texts, it's like, I'm tired of this game, and it's not whatever. It just... Anyway, and he came around the corner, and then he said something about the house, and to make sure that he'll... Oh, something about... I'm not going to fix the air now. Make sure... I'm not saying this is exactly what he said, but it was
Sure.
something to the fact of make sure you get the air and the mold fixed before we sell the house and I get my part.
Mm.
So I can get my part or my half or more half or something like that. And I just snapped. I fucking snapped.
And when you snapped, what did you do?
I shot him.
How many times?
I have no idea. More than once.
More than
More
once.
than once.
Did you shoot him inside or outside the house?
Inside.
Inside. And when you shot him, what did you say?
I hit him on the knee, I think. I hit him on the leg the
Okay.
first time.
And then what happened?
I-
Take me through that. So
I don't know.
Okay.
I just know that he was screaming at me and cussing at me and this and that and calling the same shit and whatever, and I snapped. I snapped.
Now that they have her admitting to shooting her husband, it's time to see what type of charges she will get. Was it self-defense or was it attempted murder? The detectives need to get more information out of Lisa before they can officially charge her.
you mentioned you know that you shot him more than once. Was it a rapid fire, or like did you shoot him, he fell down or anything, and then you shot him again? Can you try to recollect any of that?
Oh. It wasn't a bang, bang, bang,
Right. So you shot him once,
right?
and then you said you shot him at least more than once.
It wasn't a bang, 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 but it was like bang, and then,
It just happened.
yes, as he moved.
So as he moved, you were trying to locate him and shoot him again.
Or just shoot, actually. Honestly, when I had it and I first did it, and I went, whatever, I did not mean to hit him. I meant to shoot and whatever, and it ended up hitting him in the leg. And then he went ballistic and shit, and cussing me out and whatever. And when he came around the corner, which you'll see where the blood is, I just I don't know if I thought he was coming at me. I don't know if I was pissed still. I don't know if I was, I don't know. I just went blank. Next thing I know, he went out the door and shut it, and it was kind of cracked. And then I just freaked. I just dropped the gun and freaked and called the cops. I didn't even go outside.
You called the cops?
I called the cops. Okay. I said, I called 911. I shot my husband.
When he went outside, did you follow him outside?
No.
Okay. So
you mean shoot? No.
No. You're saying he went outside and he partially closed the door, right? That's what you said. And then what did you do?
I think he did shut the door. I don't remember shutting the door, but we have dogs, so I don't know. Because they're runner.
You never went outside?
You mean no.
Okay.
Like in the driveway, just go, no.
Did you see where he ended up at?
By the blood.
Okay, gotcha. You saw that when you came outside when we were already there?
Honestly, I don't know.
Okay.
Because I was on the phone with the cops and I was all upset and...
What kind of gun is it?
38.
38? Is it a revolver or is it automatic? Yeah, the one with the cylinders?
Yes.
Okay, so it's with a cylinder. Okay.
Based on witness testimony given by Lisa's neighbors, Lisa shot Ralph several more times outside of the home. Neighbors claim that they saw Lisa follow Ralph out onto the driveway and shoot him several times while he was trying to run away.
I don't know, and maybe you can't remember, but when you shot him, he fell down, or no?
No.
He did not?
No.
So you shot him again?
He did. Okay.
I'll stand up if you want to show me. So, where were you?
I shot down.
So I was let's say I'm happy.
Okay. I don't know his injuries, but I know I hit him. I know I hit a leg. I think that's what I went for.
Okay, so let's say I'm happy.
Bitch. And he went to go around, and then he came at me, and I know I didn't shoot him like that, because he'd be dead, right? I don't know.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't.
Okay.
I just know around the
So when he was trying to move away from you, you kept the.
And it wasn't like I shot him and then he went that way and I went around this. No, it wasn't like that. It was not rapid boom boom boom, but it was.
But
it happened like that.
Okay.
But as he was going away, like you shot him initially. Obviously, so listen, we understand. There's a lot of emotions involved. You're hyped up. He's hyped up. There's a gun. It's crazy. After you shot him the first time, obviously there's more than one shot from what you're saying. So we're just trying to figure out. We know you're not just going bam bam bam, but after you shot him the first time and he's moving around.
I don't know that I hit him.
Okay.
The first time. Like I said, okay. I went to do the floor.
Got you. So you weren't sure if you hit him the first time, so you took another shot just because
he said,
you were so upset.
Whatever, he said, you fucking bitch or whatever, right. And he went to go around, but I don't know if he was going around and calling me a fucking bitch to go away. So you
took another shot because he just keeps setting you off with his comments. So you take another shot at him.
No, it wasn't like a sit and thought out thing like, oh, I'm gonna get him or I'm gonna hit him here or I'm gonna kill him or whatever. That wasn't it. It wasn't. I've never pointed a gun at anybody but myself.
Right.
And that.
Well, we're just trying to figure out after the after the first shot and he's moving around. Was it?
And that's another thing. He works for security with security cameras.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have none.
Wow.
We don't have no alarm. Wonder why? The kitchen.
And when you were shooting, what made you stop? What eventually caused you to stop shooting at him?
I mean, he went out the door, but I had stopped.
Do you know why you stopped or what caused you to stop?
I think I snapped out of it.
Okay.
I think I realized what I did.
Okay. And when you stopped shooting at him, where did you put the gun at?
Okay.
And after that, once obviously, thankfully you didn't use it in any other manner.
No, I wish I would have. Now I regret it big time.
Where did
big time.
I'll never get over this. And I didn't mean to do that. I'm not that kind of person, but he just, you don't, unless you experience, you don't know.
Sure.
It's mental, it's emotional, it's physical. And then you add financial shit, and as good as I was to him, and I didn't see it.
I understand.
You don't, though. You don't. He's the most antagonistic. You don't know.
Lisa, after the incident, before we got there, where did you end up putting the gun at? Inside the house? Or outside, wherever you put it?
I was sitting against my glass sliding doors, calling the cops to tell them what I did with a gun to my head, and I stayed there until that cop talked me out.
Okay. So the gun's inside by the sliding glass?
I put it on the table. I told him I put it on the table, and I left.
Okay. And that table would be inside your patio or inside your residence? Inside the residence? Okay.
All of the fucking money. It was his antagonizing and his, over the years, the proof that what he said he could do, he did at the pristine way you could do it. What?
So when he gives you a chest bump, more or less, right? You kind of like just shove him away.
He did what I showed you, and when he did, without thinking, I went.
Right. So
I'm not going to hit you, but I went like that.
You can show me. So I'm him.
Like that.
So
Don't touch me.
And then
he's like, "Ugh," and he gets up in there and he's spitting at me and he's just going at me or whatever.
Right?
And then I was like, and then it went out. I got away from him.
Right.
And then you don't understand what bomb he dropped on me, and it's just every time.
Right.
And then I'd call at work and try to get answers like, "Oh, can I make the appointment for my knee? Can I have $45 for the copay?"
Wow.
No, we don't have it this pay. And then he just got paid Friday, over $3,000 for his regular pay, and then he was supposed to get his commission check, which would have gave us around $5. And I'm like, okay, we need 5 front doors, 5 doors also, because it rotted out, and this and that, whatever. That should go to that. Well, last weekend or 2 weekends ago, he said that he was getting it this Friday. Well, when I said that I wasn't gonna sign, all of a sudden he didn't get that. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever. You got over 3. I need 45 for Monday, 45 for Tuesday, and then 45 next week for co-pays for my doctors. I don't have that. I'm nickel and diming my inheritance, and he's doing it on purpose. And then today, when he mentioned about the house and getting half of it, and then he called it a dump, and he didn't fix it, he didn't stay, and he laughed, and he just...
Lisa, can I ask?
Ask. That's what I'm here for. What? It started in the patio, arguing.
Let me ask you this: when he was you saying he was rushing out to leave, right? To like get out of the house after?
No, he was getting his. I had quite like 6 or something things in the garbage with garbage.
No, after being shot, he's trying to leave. From what you remember. Before
he was trying to get away, like anybody would.
Right. Did you continue shooting at him while he's trying to leave?
Well, I guess I hit him more than once, so I guess so.
Okay.
Lisa's husband Ralph would recover from the gunshot wounds. As of the making of this video, Lisa was charged with attempted first-degree murder and is currently awaiting trial. Based on her testimony, it would appear that after years of abuse by her husband, it all came to a head and she suddenly snapped. I would love to hear your thoughts on this case. Were Lisa's actions a direct result of her husband's abuse, or is there more to the story? Please share your thoughts in the comments below.